Hey everybody, hope you all are doing well here. So I just want to give a quick introduction before the podcast gets started here. I had a wonderful conversation with Timo, who is the vocalist of the band Armirage and Alleviate. Definitely go check out those bands if you're not familiar with them here. Absolutely fantastic music here. We do dive deep into some mental health issues here. I wanted to make a quick statement in regards to mental health, that if you are struggling, with suicide, if you're struggling with loving yourself, we want you to know that you are loved and that you are absolutely cared for within my community, within Armirage's community, and we want you to know that there is help available for you here, whether you reach out to me, listen to those types of music, go to see a therapist. We want you to know that you are loved, every single one of you. And if you don't struggle, we can always use a little bit of a little bit of a pick-me-up every so often here. So we want you guys to know that every single one of you guys are loved, and you guys are loved, and I hope you enjoyed the podcast.
You're listening to the Chandler Burton Podcast. Turn it up to 11 and rip the knob off. This is Chandler Burton.
All right, my friends. Well, welcome back to the Chandler Burton Podcast. I'm your host, Chandler Burton. We talk about movies, video games, music, and today I got a super special guest on the podcast today, Timo from Armirage and Alleviate. How you doing, man?
Well, I'm doing really, really good today. Just had a busy recording day with the band in the studio. It's just a local band from around here.
Yeah.
So nothing special, but we had a great time. So I'm in a really good mood right now, and I'm excited for the talk.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you coming on. So, how long have you been producing music? Did you just recently get into it, or have you been doing it for a while, or?
Well, actually, I did my first own recordings when I was 11.
Holy crap! I didn't know that.
Yeah,
dude. Dang! Wow.
It's been a long time since then, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, my dad was a music producer even before I was born.
Okay.
He, just in this area as well. He was recording bands, and he's a musician just like I am.
Awesome.
And that was his main job actually for a lot of years, and he actually founded Mega Blaster Recordings. And
seriously, that's cool, man.
Yeah,
that's really cool.
Almost, I don't know, 40 years ago or something, with a friend together, he did it.
Wow.
And then when I got born, and the first 3 years of my life, my dad realized, okay, maybe I should get a different job so I have more time for the family. And then he changed it, but kept the company. And well, here I am.
I love that, dude.
28 years later, and I'm
yeah.
I took the company Mega Blast Recordings and just got it where it is right now. So when I was 11, I asked my dad, where can I press record to record a song and play guitar, and then just with a drum loop over it, play guitar
for sure,
and sang some stupid kids lyrics. But that was my first song at 11.
I love that, dude. That's really cool. So you've been pretty well seasoned into music for the majority of your life, so that's really cool. So that's awesome that you're able to not only take that passion but also make it a career for yourself. So I'm super excited to chat about that. And dude, thanks again for coming on, man. We actually, it was funny, we were gonna do this, but I had something come up. I think I had to go to the doctor, so we were planning on doing this a while ago, but we just had to reschedule. So again, it was back in May. You were on tour, and I had to go to the doctor that day. So I was like, crap, I have to reschedule with them. So I'm glad we're able to find some time to sit down and have a conversation, dude. But
finally,
yeah, man, for sure. So I mean, tell us a little bit about yourself, maybe outside of music, what do you like to do? I know you're a gamer as well. I know we've talked about games for a little bit. So what are some of your hobbies? What do you like to do on your own spare time?
Well, for sure, most of the time in my life, it's just music.
Right.
Because
busy guy.
I can't. Yeah, I can't do anything else. I haven't learned anything else.
Yeah.
It's just everything. Like I always did music, but besides that, I'm gaming with some friends, but I don't have that much time for that actually. So sometimes when I'm home and I don't know, my girlfriend is asleep already. My girlfriend is asleep already, and then I'm just like, okay, let's game for 1 or 2 hours maybe.
Yeah,
and then go to sleep. But I think my main thing that I do besides music and stuff is like just being in nature. I'm just a nature boy,
I love that, dude. That's really cool.
Yeah, I love going outside and especially being in the forest, for example. It's like so cool. Right here, the studio is in the middle of a forest, actually. Okay. So every time I need a break, I just go for a walk. Like there's a river right outside of the garden of the studio. You can walk past the river with a lot of forests around. There's even wolves living here, so that's really cool.
Okay, that's awesome. Is your recording studio, is it your house, or do you go somewhere else to record? Or
it is actually on the property of my parents.
Got you. Okay.
So they have a house here on this property as well, and like they offered me to get like to build another building actually here. So I can rent this for like little money,
yeah,
because they're supporting me, and they've always been supporting me. Without my parents, I wouldn't be able to do this. So
I love that,
I'm really grateful for that.
That's really cool, man. That's really cool. It's cool that you have the support of your parents. I'm sure I don't know if I mean, maybe your dad does, but I don't know about your mom. Like for me, like when I do like music, she doesn't like necessarily like my music per se, but she's very supportive of like the reactions and stuff that I do, or the music I'm involved in. So I'm sure your parents are like just so supportive of everything that you do.
Yeah, definitely.
I love that, man.
Everything, like from the start. I mean, I had my first, it was not really drum lessons, but more like percussion lessons. I had when I was 5, you know.
Wow, dude.
Yeah, because I was like, I don't know, like my inner musician always wanted to come out, but so it was just like predefined my whole life, you know, what I'm gonna do. Yeah. And then I had like piano lessons. My parents paid for all of that. They paid for guitar lessons, for bass lessons actually, and
dude, that is super sick, man. So it sounds like you can play just about, you know, well, not like everything, but you could play everything to like put together like you could play guitar and drums, you could sing and scream. Like, dude, you're like a whole versatile, like, you know, just person, man, when it comes to music, dude. I think that's really cool, because like I think that's cool that you can take all those things and like then you can like help bands, you know, produce, because you probably have a really good ear for that type of thing.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's really cool.
Like I think that's even one of the main things why bands are actually coming to my studio, because I understand what each of the band members want. Because if I'm like recording or programming drums, I understand what the drummer would play. Right. And I'm suggesting like, okay, what about we do like a drum fill here with like,
yeah.
And the drummer is like, oh fuck yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
And I can play guitar, so I'm overworking the riffs with the band. I can play bass. I know how bass players think, how they work, and especially singers. I'm mainly a singer right now, even though I played in bands before on drums, bass, and guitar. So I'm even coaching bands that are in the studio with me. Like I'm coaching the singers how to improve their vocals.
I love that.
If it like screams or singing, it doesn't matter. But my main goal is to achieve that I'm trying to achieve with a band that's coming to my studio is to handle the song like it would be a song I would release for my own band.
Sure.
And really evaluate everything so much more up. So the band is coming with a good song, but in the end, it's going to be a phenomenal song that will bring like the band in all the good playlists on Spotify and like more fans, and everyone's going to love it. And actually, that's what's happening with most of the bands that come to my studio is that after they've worked with me, it's just going really well for them.
I love that, dude. I think it's cool. Also, like how like the whole like marketing works like for music and stuff. Like you want to get on those Spotify playlists and all those playlists because I mean that's just the way that music goes nowadays. I think it's cool that you have all this knowledge. So like that was one of the reasons why too, not only because you're a really nice guy, but I really wanted you to come on to talk about like, like just how the music industry at least works within like the metal aspect of things. So I think a lot of people, they always ask me because I got to feature on a song with one of my friends and they're like, no, how does this all work? Like, how'd you do that? And I think it's cool to have you on to kind of talk about those things, to kind of like, teach people essentially like this is how music is so different today than it was like, back then. And so I'm just excited to like talk all music with you, dude, and just dive into like your history of being like a musician. Like I think it's really cool everything that you've been able to accomplish. And kind of tying into that, I was talking to you before, and we won't talk about this too long. But as I said, I've known you for a while. I didn't know you personally, but I've watched your covers when you were in the band Forever in Combat. Now I didn't get too much into like the original music from Forever in Combat, but my buddy Kyle and I back in the day, like when we were in high school, dude, we watched like all of your Asking Alexandria covers, dude. I was like, holy crap, I didn't put two and two together until I really did my research. Like, holy crap, that's Timo, dude. I was like, what the heck? So like, yeah, like him and I were obsessed with Asking Alexandria back. Like we watched, like, dude, your Prophecy cover, it's still pretty sick. I'm like, dude, you got a great voice, great vocals and everything. But so
Thank
like,
you very much.
Yeah, man, absolutely. So like, just to dive in a little bit, like, what was kind of like your experience with? Was that your first band, like, or was that like a starting band for you? I guess you could say.
I had my first band when I was 11.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, so you're in a band when you were 11. Okay.
Yeah, so my very first band was actually like when I was 11. I started a band. I was a drummer back then.
Oh, okay.
Drummer and lead singer.
Was it metal or was it a rock?
No, it was like German punk.
Oh, cool. Okay, cool.
There's a band called Die Ärzte, so like kind of the doctors they're called, and they are still pretty big in Germany, actually. If you ask any German about Die Ärzte, everyone knows them because they had like really big hits in Germany. And that was like a punk band that like actually like in a really, really, what was it? Like I think in the 90s even, they released several songs like against Nazis and stuff, Yeah. And that's what made them big. And so I was playing the drums in a punk band back then. Later, I was joining the school band of my school, and I was drumming there. Then, at age 14, I think I got casted into like a kiddies football band that is like singing about football.
Yeah,
but we played like really big shows and
man,
like the support of awards, because we had we had a deal at EMI Music. It's like a European very big company.
Okay.
Like it's a record label, and later from that band on, since like we got kicked out because we got too old for a kiddies band, but we kept on doing music. We kept the manager and the production team, and then we landed a deal at Sony Music. Actually,
what? Real? Seriously? Yeah. Wow, that's huge. That's huge, dude. Wow.
I was only 15 at that time.
Dang.
And then we went to all the big like recording studios in Germany, like flying from Düsseldorf to Munich to Cologne, and being in everywhere.
Yeah.
And recording with like the big producers that are like writing the hits now in Germany. And it was all in German, actually. It was like more pop, a little bit with punk vibes, but not pop punk.
Sure.
But it's like, pop with a little bit of punk in it.
Yeah, so, for sure. That's cool. That's really cool, yeah.
And that's what I did back then. And
wow.
Yeah, that was the time when I really decided to become a music producer myself.
Yeah.
Because I've I've been annoying these guys in the studio, like the producers, and asking them questions about everything. Oh, how do you do that? Why is that? How do you achieve such a bass tone? Because I was playing bass in that band.
Right.
And we started our Mirage. I still had like struggled singing Nightfall live, for example, like our very first single. It was one of the hardest songs. But then we practiced for a half of a year, really, really, really hard on that.
Yeah.
On all the songs, because we had our first gig in September, and the band started in March. So it was kind of like half of a year almost. And now Nightfall is one of the easiest songs for me to sing.
That's cool.
And with each release we have, I'm challenging myself more. Like the songs are getting so fucking hard. I can tell you. We're practicing. We're practicing the new album right now in the rehearsal room, and it's hard, man. It's
I bet, hard. Dude. Yeah.
But I'm giving my best to nail it. And like we've played some of the songs already live. Black Hole, for example.
Oh, so good. Yeah.
Last Saturday we played our last show, and we were playing it there as well. People love the song.
Great.
And we're nailing it. So
awesome, man.
But it's hard. It's really hard and exhausting.
Oh, I bet, dude. Especially because you do. You do both. Like screaming and singing. I can't imagine how hard that could be. I gotta say too, man, like I've always thought you were good, but like also I checked out some of your like somewhat recent covers. I saw you did Animals by Architects, and dude, that was awesome. I was like, dude, he sounds great. And you also did Hurricane by I Prevail, which could not have been easy, especially in that chorus, dude. But you nailed it, man.
It's fucking hard.
Yeah, like you really nailed it. And like you just have this really good, you have a really good tone to your voice. Like I think it just sounds like your voice, like what I love about your voice is that it really carries the emotion of what you are trying to say. Like it's really hard for me to like I'll listen to a lot of singers like, oh, they're really good, but like with your voice, like you can really tell that you mean what you say, I guess. Like and like especially like we'll talk about some of the songs too, like Calling You, for example. I did a reaction to that song, dude. Like that gave me such a like it really opened my eyes to like sometimes I just need to call somebody and ask for help. Like it really opened my eyes to like try to be a better person. That's why I like when I started my YouTube channel. I mainly did it, one, because I love music. Like, I love all types of music. And two, I really wanted to help people, like, with mental health and stuff. Well, I absolutely definitely want to talk about that here as well. But, like, really quick, kind of like you were talking about, you know, Nightfall was hard. It got easier. You're playing all these new songs with the new album. So, like, how did you, I guess, really quickly for those, you know, how did you learn how to, like, scream and sing? Because doing both is not easy. Like, it's one of the hardest things ever. Like, it's very difficult. But how did you like learn how to like I guess master your craft? Was it just practice, or like what did you do to like improve yourself? Because you also help people in the studio, as you said. So like how do you like help others, and how do you help yourself, I guess?
Well,
you're really good at both. Like you're really, really good at both still. Yeah, man.
Thank you very much. I have to be honest and say that in the beginning of our Mirage, I was struggling with singing and screaming live, and also with Fervent Comet. Like I know I could do it, and it worked somehow, but I always like when I started on Mirage, I introduced these yelling screams I'm doing. Like, you know, those high emotional screams, and there was I didn't do that before in Fervent Comet much, like mostly like sometimes in some parts, but in Our Mirage it was like the main screams.
Right.
I'm doing like right now I'm going back to some more of the screams and
yeah, dude. Yeah, you sound great either way, dude. Like they really sound good. So it's awesome. Yeah, dude.
Yeah. So in the beginning it was really hard, and I fucked up probably the first few shows.
Yeah.
And I was really insecure, but then I realized, okay, I'm trying it too hard.
Right.
And so I backed it off completely and started from ground on again on these. And I was like, okay, I'm not gonna give 100% on the screams live. I'm gonna give more into the clean vocals, because they are the most important part of the songs.
Sure. Yeah.
Actually, they carry the emotions more than the screams. The screams are doing their part, but it's like the clean vocals are what makes our Mirage, I guess. Yeah. And so I was like, okay, then I'm gonna just back off the screams and do more of a calling with a little bit of distortion in it. And then from that on, I practiced that in the rehearsal room at the rehearsal, and suddenly I got into like a technique that was not affecting my voice. And that's how I learned how to use the mixed voice properly. Yeah. The mixed voice is like some kind of technique that Sam Carter, for example, uses.
Right. Oh, yeah.
He's a master in that.
Yeah, definitely.
And so the mixed voice is actually like the spot between your normal voice and your head voice. So,
yeah.
And that super fast is the distortion, actually.
Okay. That's actually really cool.
So the switch, like,
dang,
that is like,
yeah.
And then you go into that. Sorry if I
love that, dude. That's fantastic. That's actually cool. Like, you can like teach me some new things too. I think that's really cool. No, that's awesome, dude. That's really cool.
Yeah. So basically, I've learned everything myself. I had no one teaching me all these things. But what I want to do, I want to improve my fry screams even more.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to find someone who can teach me some more things about it.
For sure.
Because since I've never learned it properly, I only know how I do it. I'm gonna give that to the singers in the studio. But there's for sure people who know more about techniques and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's awesome.
And I'm also a person who's like never thinking that I'm good enough. You know, I'm always doubting everything I do.
Yeah.
I think, okay, it's good. It's decent, but I can be better. And that's because I think if I'm at that point, I'm like, oh, I'm the best. I learned everything. No one is better than me.
Yeah.
Then I've lost, you know?
Yeah.
Because then other people will practice more and become better. And
yeah, exactly.
I'm like, okay, I just want to be the best I can possibly be.
For sure.
I don't want to be better than anyone else. I just want to be satisfied with myself, you know?
I love that, dude. Yeah. I love that a lot.
When I play a show, I'm always like criticizing myself a little bit and thinking about, okay, what was good, what was not so good, how can I improve it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because for especially live, it's important for me because I want to give to everyone who's coming to our shows, I want to give the best possible experience they could ever have. So
yeah, man.
I'm really trying my best to sing and scream as good as it's possibly.
Yeah,
as good as it can possibly be.
Yeah, dude, for sure. That's awesome, man. Yeah, you have. I just love the way like your scream sound, your sing. I think that's just awesome, dude. I love how you kind of mentioned like just giving them the best show possible, and obviously your fans are there; they're gonna have a great time. But it's cool that you can look within yourself, going like, okay, I just need to improve, like not be better than anybody else, but like improve within myself. And I think that's cool, like what you've been able to accomplish with all this music that you've been putting out, like especially again with like our Mirage. And I was gonna ask you too, like when you say that you feel kind of like I wish I could be sometimes better than that. Do like reaction videos kind of like help you go like, okay, I am doing pretty good for the time being? Like, because dude, I love like I've reacted to most of the new stuff. I missed Summertown because I think I was sick that time when it came out, but like
it was just a joke.
That song is awesome though. It's so catchy. I'll jam it while driving around. I'm like, I love this song, dude. Nice. But
I can give you some more infos about that song later as well.
Yeah, for sure.
It has a funny backstory.
Cool.
But yeah, reaction videos are. I think for me are really important because I want to see how people actually react on what I'm writing here in the studio with my boys, and so I think they they help, like
Definitely.
giving me like a certain feeling if I'm on the right path with everything here, or if we are on the right path with our Mirage. And it is great to see what people like, how they analyze it. You know?
Sure.
They analyze the video, they analyze the music, the lyrics of the song, and for some people these lyrics mean a lot, and they are interpreting things from their own life into that, and say like, okay, so probably the story is like going like this, and he wants to tell me that, and like I'm always trying to tell a story, but are also open for own interpretations for each person, you know.
I like that.
And so I like to keep it open a little bit, but also how the story of the video, for example, now in Black Hole, this is just a small part of the story that is going to be told with the other 2 music videos that are still coming. Because this is just chapter 1.
Yeah.
And actually, if you watch the video right now, it doesn't make sense. But it will all make sense in the last video, because it will all come together, and stuff like the people are actually like watching it and thinking their parts, and it's just, I mean, I love reaction videos.
I love that,
great.
man.
And every day I'm like typing in Mirage Black Hole reaction.
Yeah.
See if there's something new on it. Let's go.
Yeah, man. I think that's awesome, dude. 'Cause especially when a lot of like big reactors jump on your stuff, that's got to be helpful. Like, especially like, you know, like I'm friends. Do you know Hardcore? His name's Bogdan. I don't know if you watch some of his stuff. You may have.
No, actually, I don't know them.
Yeah, he's done a few of your songs. He's a really cool guy. I feel like Metal Burb, I think, has done a few. Like, those are bigger reactors. So I'm sure like it completely. All it does is just help you guys, which again I think is great. So I think it's awesome to hear that an artist likes reaction videos, like, you know, that they actually approve them, and it's cool. Like, also, you guys are on the label where they don't block the video, so we put the video within our video, because again, I think the video plays a big part of the song, and obviously, you know, there's going to be more coming, which I'll be checking out as well when they drop, because I'm excited to see the whole story arc. But yeah, I think it's just I think it's awesome. I think it's really cool that you really like, you know, approve them and that you really like them. So I think that's really cool. So I want to say thank you for, you know, liking our stuff. That really does mean a lot to all of us. So it's awesome, dude. Because some people don't get them. So, you know, just it is what it goes. Yeah.
Yeah. I have to say thank you to all the reactors, actually. And you.
Thank you, man.
Everyone else. It's just helping to spread the music, actually. It's like, I know why labels are blocking it sometimes, because of money, but
right.
A Rising Empire, they actually message reactors to do reaction videos and ask them. They're not paying them. They just send it over and they're like, here, that's a new release. Maybe you want to do a reaction video.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it's just helping to get streams and whatever, you know, finding new fans and stuff. So it's really, really cool.
I love that, dude. Yeah, Rising Empire, they don't miss, dude. Every band on that label is like phenomenal, and I mean that, like, every band is so good. Like, they are an incredible label, and they seem to be pretty cool. Like, yeah, with reactors, like I see them leave comments and stuff, or like, it's just really cool that they're really cool with all that. So I think that's awesome. And honestly, I didn't know, honestly, it was about, you know, because I won't say any label. There are some labels that block the videos entirely, so you have to, like, kind of alter it a little. I figured it had something to do with the money, but I was like, I don't know. I'm a small reactor, so I'm still trying to get my foot in the door, trying to figure all this out. But, you know, I understand. You got to make money somehow. I get it. It's a business at the end of the day. Yeah. For sure, man. But let's go ahead and jump into, we've been talking a lot about Our Mirage. Let's actually jump into Our Mirage a little bit here. So, yeah, I actually discovered you guys during, I believe it was the pandemic. I was like looking for new music, and I found your song. It was Lifeline, and I thought it was just an amazing song, and I just went down the rabbit hole and just listened to a whole bunch of your stuff. So how did Mirage, like, how did it start? Like, how'd you find all the members for this band?
So I kind of, it was like a weird transition from Ferrari and Comet to Au Mirage actually, because I wrote the song Nightfall. It was the very first single we've ever released.
Love that song, dude.
I wrote it in November 2016, I think.
Wow.
I wrote it back then, and I originally just wanted to release it as a solo project. And so I at first Au Mirage was my solo project, and I uploaded it like after I broke up with Forever in Combat. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna put it out, because beside the studio, I thought, okay, let's release some music to make some money besides that, like passive income of streams and stuff like that. So even if it's just like, I don't know, 50 euros a month, it's something. And I knew I had already a fan base from Forever in Combat, and people were still following me on Facebook back then, when it still was bigger than, than Instagram. I had 6,000 followers there. And those people were like liking, commenting everything super like crazy. So it was great. So I thought, okay, let's just do it. Let's see how this goes. And I found that YouTube channel called Dreambound. Most people think it's a label, but it's not. It is just a YouTube channel. You can like send your music there, and then if he likes it, he's gonna answer you. If he doesn't like it, he's not gonna answer, actually, because he's really, 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 really picky with what he's gonna put on there. And actually, I got in really good contact with the dude. He's called Manny, and he's from Austria. Wow. So he also speaks German, actually.
There you go. Right on, man.
Yeah. So I found that YouTube channel and messaged him, and so to get on there, you can book like promotion packs, I guess they're called.
Okay.
You can pay 10 euros, so I don't know, it's like $12 maybe.
Okay.
You can pay 10 euros to get on the channel, and he's gonna upload it.
Sure.
And that's it. And then you have like different packages up to 500 euros, I think, where he's also putting ads on there, and so part of the money is going into ads, and he's going to put on a header on the Facebook page and whatever.
Ooh, okay.
And I was like, okay, I'm going to spend 100 euros on that. So I have like a little bit of a promotion with it. And I was like, I was expecting like 50,000 views on it. Kind of that was what I was expecting.
Sure,
because
man.
I thought the song was good. The video was okay. So 50,000 views would be doable, I thought. So I uploaded it, and a week later, I was at 300,000 views. I was like,
yeah.
Okay. It's going bigger than I thought.
Yeah, man.
What am I going to do now? So I was like, okay, I need a band. This can't be my solo project. This is like a start. I can't just leave it like that. So the first person I messaged was the drummer. He's called Mouse. He's actually, his name is Daniel. So Daniel. Yeah. Daniel Mouse, and his surname is Mouse. And everyone just calls him Mouse. So no one calls him Daniel. That's it's weird to call him like this.
Yeah, I feel That's all good, man.
So so I messaged Mouse. I was like, hey, dude, you wanna join a band? I'm starting out like after 1 week, 300,000 views on YouTube, and I knew that he could do more than just drums, because he's also designing everything. Like, I know he could do logos, he could do CD covers.
Nice.
All that shit. Like, the dude is a genius.
That's awesome. Say
like this. He's a really good drummer and a genius when it comes to looks, and everyththing visual from Au Mirage, he has done it.
Oh, really? Okay.
All the covers, all the merch, he's even doing like the backdrop we have on the show.
Oh, sick! That's really cool, man.
And also he is printing some of our merch himself.
Yeah.
He is also responsible for our light show. He programmed everything in there. That dude,
incredible.
Yeah,
That's
he's an
really
incredible
cool.
dude.
Yeah.
And that's why I messaged him. He was my first thought. I was like, okay, this dude brings more than just drumming into the band. And that's really important because I'm not only a singer, I'm also a music producer. So half of everything is already done by me and him.
Right.
So he was like, yeah, let's do it. And I think 1 or 2 weeks before he left the other band he was in. And I knew him from a previous, my very first metalcore band, actually, that was before Forever Comet. He was the drummer there.
Oh, okay.
And he was also living in the same town where I was living back then. Yeah, so that was my first thought. Then I messaged Manuel if he wanted to play bass. Manuel was also part of Forever Comet back then.
Oh, okay.
Like he was the first bassist of Forever Comet. And one of my best friends, actually. And yeah, so I messaged him, do you want to join? He was like, fuck yeah, what a question.
I love it. That's awesome, dude. That's really cool.
And he's also like he's also like a really, really, really good vocalist.
Yeah.
Because I taught him everything I knew, and he was always sending me videos like, Timo, how was that scream? I was like, I was like, okay, try more.
I love that.
More force without your voice and whatever.
Yeah.
He was like just like telling him how to sing and scream over the years, and at that point he was already fucking good.
Awesome.
So
awesome.
it was like, and right now he stopped smoking a few years ago, and since then his voice got incredible. It's
wonderful.
He's like so on spot at each show, you know. And now we're singing in harmony at every show, and that's.
I bet
that's just
awesome.
really good.
Yeah, that's really cool
and,
to hear, man. Yeah, good for him.
And then, actually, I didn't know who to ask for a guitar, so I just put a post on Facebook. I was like, "Yeah, I was searching for a guitarist," and then a few guys messaged me, and yeah, then we found our guitarist.
I love that, dude.
kind of over Facebook, yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. It sounds like everything went pretty fairly smoothly for you finding, your band. It's funny. A lot of people always talk about how like we had to change band members a million times. We had to do this, but it sounds like you all get along great, and it sounds like you all are just really good at what you do. And I love learning those things. I had no idea that your drummer did all that. I think that's awesome, and I think that's really cool for a lot of your fans to hope when they watch this or listen to it on whatever, they'll be like, oh, that's pretty cool. So that's really, really awesome, man, that you're able to have all these people.
We are 100% self-made band.
Yeah, I think that's awesome,
and,
too.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
And I think why everything is working so well is because we all are, in most parts, on the same page. If we discuss something, we really, like, quickly we get to a result. And
I love that.
We all, like, even if like one of us is not agreeing with the others, he's like, okay, I trust you guys. If that's the decision, we go with the majority, and everyone is accepting it, even if it's not what they want 100%, they're like, okay. I think we trust each other really well. I think it's a big trust thing.
That's very important, especially being in a band. There's got to be trust, communication. I think that it sounds like you guys have that, and I think that's absolutely fantastic. And
I mean, sometimes there is arguments, like, for sure, in every band.
Yeah,
it's like a relationship. It is a relationship, but with 4 people. So we have arguments for sure, but because you can't always be in the same boat, But,
exactly.
It is. But we talk about everything and without insulting each other.
That's good.
It is just a healthy relationship we have, I guess.
And I think that's fantastic. I mean, it is literally like a relationship where sometimes you're not always going to agree, but at the end of the day, you all love each other and you want to make the best product possible. And I think it definitely shows. Your music has been absolutely, again, fantastic. And I do want to talk, I do have another big question about Armor Raj here. I'm actually really excited to dive into this here because I do talk a lot about it on my channel and on my podcast. I really try to be like a mental health type channel because music has really helped me a lot with like my mental health, like my depression and anxiety. Like when I couldn't afford to go to therapy, or when I was too legitimately like straight up too scared to go because I felt like I was a failure for going, I would turn to music. And something I've noticed a lot about your guys' lyrics, especially with the newer stuff, man, there's been a few times, like, straight up, I'll, like, if I'm having a hard day, I've put on your guys' songs, and I just, like, cry in the car. And I mean that in the best way possible, because sometimes music was, like, my therapy, and it still is. And obviously I've gone to get help and stuff, but I really want to ask you, and again, for anybody listening who is struggling, like, please, of course, reach out for help, reach out to those who do need help, you think. The lyrics, especially on the new stuff and the old stuff as well, is it based on personal experience for you, or do you take, like, things that are going on in the world right now? Like, do you see other people who, like, struggle? For example, I guess Calling You, is that song about, like, yourself, or it's about somebody that you know? I guess if we can just talk about the lyrics a little bit for Armirage, because I legitimately think they will and are going to help people, because they're literally they're tear jerkers, man. Some of them really do make me cry when I listen to it, dude.
Yeah, man, we get a lot of messages, actually.
I love that,
people,
dude.
That we help them. You see that even in the comments under the videos and
you
stuff.
Do. So it's amazing. Really people are so open in the comments. I'm like, wow, it's like it's a great community that you guys have, and I love when people say, like, true. Yeah, it's amazing what you guys have. But yeah, if you don't mind, I guess sharing your experience with these lyrics, because they're really great, man. Yeah.
So I was struggling with depression at a really young age, actually.
Okay.
It was the time when I started, or even like right before I started making music, actually.
Sure, man.
So it all started when we have a little bit of a different school system in Germany.
Okay.
So you have elementary school and then just one next school where you spend like the rest of your school days,
Interesting.
And so I was in fourth, like when I came from fourth grade into fifth grade. So that's when I changed to the next school.
Yeah.
Like the higher school form. One day before I got into the class, I broke both of my arms.
Mm-hmm.
And so I got into the new class with new kids, and kids are assholes.
Oh,
but
totally.
From that day on, I was the stupid kid who broke both of the arms, and they made fun of me for a long time. They even pushed me down the stairs with my broken arms.
Oh, dude.
And they were. And from that moment on, I lost, because everyone was making fun of me for the rest of the school time,
Yeah.
And I was the victim then. And I was like really small at that time, smaller than everyone else. So everyone felt stronger than me. Even the girls. And so the whole class was actually making fun of me.
Oh, man, dude.
And that went on for 1.5 years. So when I was in sixth grade, it went to that point that I started believing what they said, like that I'm nothing, that I'm fucking ugly, that I need to kill myself, because then the world would be better off without me. And I started to believing it. And at the same time, my friends I had at home, in my street, they also kind of dropped me, and then I had no one. Dude. And then I tried to kill myself at the age of 11. And I was fucking depressed as a kid. And I think kids should not think about killing themselves,
I completely, kids should never ever even have that thought. Kids should be out having fun and enjoying, being outside and stuff. But dude, like, that legitimately makes me want to cry. Dude, if I'd give you seriously a hug right now if I could, man. I'd legitimately reach to the screen and give you a hug. Yeah, man. Yeah. I appreciate you being so honest and open. If it's uncomfortable, of course, just, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I tried to kill myself. I took a rope, put it around my neck, and was knotting it to, like, how do you call it? It doesn't matter. I just tried to jump down somewhere and kill myself.
Right. Yeah,
it was inside of the house of my parents, and my dad came earlier from work that day, and he just stepped into the house when I was climbing over the thing where I wanted to jump down, and then he was
Right.
like running up, getting me, and was like, and now you're going to a new school, and that was it. So they took me off that school, put me into another one.
Yeah.
It was a different form of school. We have several different it's some different school forms.
Sure.
And the one I went to was like a school where you could do all of the other school forms as well. So it was just like a combination of everything.
Yeah.
So I went on there, and I was the new kid who could play drums.
Right.
So that helped me a lot. And at that point, my parents decided to get myself a dog. So I had a friend, you know.
Oh, dude,
and and that was the time when I realized, okay, I can do stuff. I'm not shitty. It's just the others. And I made the decision for myself that I don't deserve to be treated like that. And I've learned that through my dog and kind of the music that I started to do back then. And also the fact that I went to a new school and was instantly liked by the people because I was playing drums, and I played in the school band, you know, like with the older kids from the school. So that was kind of the remedy for me back then. And that is just the backstory now for all the lyrics in Our Mirage, because I know how it feels. I know how it feels to be down, to wanting to kill myself and stuff, you know. I know exactly what all the people are going through. And I had a little fallback when I was, when was it? It was exactly at the beginning of Our Mirage. I had like a or right before it, kind of. I was in a toxic relationship, let's say like this. And that girl was also like depressed a lot, but she was dragging me down with her.
Right.
And so that year was crazy in the beginning of 2016, because I broke up with that girlfriend and finally found the strength to that. I broke up with Forever in Combat. So everything that was like being toxic for me, I just dropped it. And from that moment on, I was like trying to be positive again. Yeah. And this is where Nightfall was kind of, going.
Sure.
Like it like Nightfall was just the thoughts I had back then. Like I was just feeling alive in the nights because I was walking outside a lot at the night because I was feeling super fucked up and pissed and down and everything. So I tried to write it into a song, and that turned into Nightfall. Oh, then, for example, there's another song, Reviver, where I'm exactly telling the story I just told you about me trying to kill myself as a kid.
Right.
Because I thought, okay, I want to share it with the people since I can help them. And if you read, like, especially like the old lyrics really carefully, there's always like a turn for the better in the songs.
I've noticed that in a lot of your songs. Yeah.
Yes. Because I want to give a little spark of hope to everyone who's listening, because I know there is a way out of that. It will definitely be different for every single person.
Definitely.
There's like a different thing. It might be another person that comes in their life that's helping them. It might be, for me, it was my dog and the music.
Sure, man.
It also might be professional help at a therapist. There's several things. It also might be like a combination of a lot of things. But what I really, really want to do with our music is to give people hope that there is another way out than killing themselves, because I've been through that. I survived it, and I'm now a positive person that is thinking about a lot of stuff, and that's what most of the newer songs are about. I'm trying to think about a scenario that some people might go through.
Yeah, man.
And a big topic is losing people, like people dying. It might be the grandpa, grandma, girlfriend, parents, whatever.
Yeah.
But that is something that will fuck you up, you know?
Absolutely.
And, and I'm trying to give a little bit of hope, you know? And in the newer songs, I'm mostly just thinking about these things, what is happening to other people. And the main difference is now, back then, on the first two albums, I did it within one song. I tried to give them the feeling. On the new album, on Eclipse, a little commercial here, we're gonna drop it on November 25th.
Can't wait, dude.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Super excited.
There's like a lot of songs that are connected to each other.
Awesome.
There's gonna be a second song to Calling You. There's gonna be a second song to Through the Night.
Sick.
And we're gonna tell the story of the Eclipse trilogy, which is Black Hole, and two more songs that will come out.
Yeah, I figured you probably want to keep that quiet. Yeah, no, dude, I really quick, dude, like legitimately, I know like we've been talking for a while, like just over Instagram and stuff, and I gotta say, man, thank you so much for sharing that. I know you don't know me like super well, but your ability to be able to like open up and say that, I really do think it's going to help a lot of people, especially like, again, your fan base, as I've seen before in the comments, are absolutely incredible. And even on like, I think it's on Spotify, it even talks about how like your lyrics, like it talks about like how your lyrics drive a lot of the songs. And I gotta say, man, like I really appreciate you just saying that, because I know for a fact that it's going to help somebody out of a really dark place. And you're right, like sometimes it can be like professional help, it can be a person. Like for me, it was my girlfriend who helped me get out of a dark place. And honestly, doing YouTube, like the reaction, to be able to listen to all types of music and being able to like use that as kind of like a jumping off point to talk about mental health. And I as well have gotten multitude of messages saying like, no, thank you for talking about this, like your personal experiences and talking about what you went through, because it's really helped me. And it just shows people that you don't have to be alone. And again, I appreciate you like saying all this, and then you you talking about how you're more of a positive person now, even though we all still have our struggles. That'll never, of course, go away. But you know, it's good to it feels good to live life, you know, like it feels good to like do things that you love. And that's why I'm so excited. We'll jump actually into Eclipse a little bit here. I appreciate you again talking about that. And then I will have a question about Alleviate. So we'll talk about that for a little bit, because I mainly did want to focus on Armirage here. So let's jump into like Eclipse. Now, first of all, I got to say the album cover, super sick, like super sick. I will, of course, that
has to go to our drummer.
Yeah, I figured he did it. Yeah, after you were saying that, it's like he must have done that, because that is a sick, super sick cover. We may have talked about it, and forgive me. So the title Eclipse, you know, obviously it sounds like this album's going to be a little bit, maybe not so much like a concept album, but kind of have some songs that kind of tie into one another. Like, how come you named it Eclipse? Is there a reason for that? Just a cool name, because it's a cool name. So.
I also think it's a really cool name.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is kind of a concept album, but not in the classical way. Like most concept albums are telling one story.
Exactly.
But we're telling like more stories within that album.
Yeah.
For example, there's 2 songs about the story of Calling You, 2 songs about Through the Night.
Awesome.
Like the story of it. Yeah. And then 3 songs that are connected again. The name Eclipse was also the idea of our drummer.
Okay, cool.
We were thinking about it in many sessions in the like at the rehearsal, we mostly talk about stuff like that. At first we play and then we talk about everything.
Okay.
So he had the idea of the cover already in on his mind, and so we thought, okay, that would also be like a super nice name for the album, but why?
Right.
And actually, we thought about it a little bit, and it makes sense because an eclipse is the moon that is blocking the sunlight.
Yeah.
And the sunlight is a metaphor for happiness, and the darkened sun is then the metaphor for depression and all the heavy shit that's happening. And it kind of resembles a dark phase in life.
Makes sense.
And that's why the cover is also split into two colors.
Yeah. Dude, it's really cool. I like that concept. I really like that a lot. Because again, you mentioned that how like some songs may be a little bit sad, but you do have that little bit of glimmer of hope in those songs, and I think it's really cool that you can throw that in there, because sometimes in life a lot of times life can be a little bit dark, but we talked about here, like, there's always that one little bit of light. Like, for you it was like, your dog and the music. For me it was definitely like my girlfriend, like that little bit of glimmer that kind of helps you go like, I can do this. Like I can actually legitimately power through this, and I can make it through the night. See what I did there? You know what I'm saying? I love that song. But yeah, man, dude, I'm so excited for Eclipse, man. It's definitely when you guys announced it, I was like, dude, I'm definitely want to get paid again. I'll definitely be I'll be ordering the CD, some shirt. I got to get some Armor Mirage stuff here, so I gotta rock and roll it, dude. But I do have, man. I know you can't say much about the album right now, and I appreciate you just giving us a little bit of information into regard what it's about.
I can give you some more right now.
Sure, yeah. If you want to talk about, again, I know you want to talk about Summertown, and if you want to talk about some of the other songs there, absolutely. And then I'll just have a question about Alleviate, dude, and that would be fantastic. Yeah.
Well, Eclipse also is the theme of the trilogy, actually.
Okay. Super cool.
Because I think one thing I can say is like there's a song on the album that's called Eclipse. You can see it on iTunes, for example, already if you want to buy the album and stuff. So the names of the songs are not a secret anymore.
Right.
But so Eclipse is going to be the final song of the trilogy. It's going to come with the album, and the Eclipse is going to make it's going to play a big role in the videos. In the next two videos.
Yeah.
And that's all going to be connected. It's crazy. It's going to be like, have you seen the movie Interstellar?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I'm a huge Christopher Nolan fan, so absolutely.
Me too.
Yeah, that's cool, man. That's awesome. Yeah.
And it's going to have some mindfuck moments. And
awesome.
Parallel worlds, multiverse, whatever. It's all gonna come together. Yeah, it's gonna be some crazy shit.
Dude, I'm ready, man. I think I'm actually, there's a couple reasons why I'm excited. One, I'm stoked for the music. And again, two, I'm really stoked for what people are gonna like what your fans are gonna say, like in the comments, like how it's gonna help them. I love learning about how it like helps somebody, because again, a lot of people, because I'll go through after I did the reaction to Black Hole, I went through the comments and people would just share their story and just be like, this is what I went through, this is how the song helped me. And I'm like, dude, it's just so cool. So I'm actually really excited to read the comments on the songs here, man. So dude, and you said you had a quick story about Summertown. I'd love to hear about that.
Yeah.
I actually really like that song. That is a good, it seems like a pop punk song. And I actually, it's a great song. I love it. It's a lot of fun, dude. I really enjoy it.
Thank you.
Yeah, man, it's super cool.
So actually, the story is it was not originally an Au Mirage song.
Okay.
The song was recorded and written in 2017 already. For my fun project I had with Manuel, the bassist of Au Mirage.
Yeah.
That was called Breakdown Bros. And that's why it's also called Featuring Breakdown Bros.
Sick.
Breakdown Bros, we did some stupid shit. We did songs like in 2016, we wrote a song about Pokemon Go, a metalcore song.
Yes, I love that.
It's on YouTube and everything. You're gonna have a lot of fun if you watch these videos.
I haven't heard or seen it. I'll look into it after I'm done. Yeah,
absolutely. yeah. Do it after the podcast or later today. I don't care. So we just did funny metal music, like also a song about how to cook scrambled eggs. And,
I love that.
how to break down without breaking your legs. And
Heck yeah, dude.
Just some stupid shit,
I love it.
But yeah, so in the end of Breakdown Bros, we wrote a song that was the punkiest pop punk song ever. Yeah. With all the stereotypical shit in there that you could possibly think of.
Yeah, but I love it though, dude. It's catchy.
The lyrics, don't read the lyrics. It's just nonsense. It's like singing about us creating a town for just 2 weeks.
Sorry, it was my dad.
No problem. Like creating a town for 2 weeks where only concerts every day, but we're the only band that's playing there.
Yeah.
And if you want to eat bananas, your search is not gonna work because there is no useful bananas in our town.
Yeah.
And balloons flying. It's just nonsense.
I love it.
If you read the lyrics, you're gonna be like, what? What the fuck did I just read?
Yeah.
Yeah, and we decided to put that song on the album when we were on tour in May.
Mm-hmm.
We had the first 3 shows, I guess, and on the way back, we were like listening to the song again. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
That song is actually fucking cool. Let's just put it on the album. What do you guys think? Yes, well, let's do it. It's the 3rd album. We can do whatever we want.
Absolutely.
We have our fan base already.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just do some fun things.
I love
that. So I remixed it, and these recordings are completely from 2017.
Wow, damn, dude.
And I remixed it to the sound of the album, and and we put it in the end of the album as like a fun bonus track.
Sure.
Because it's not really part of Our Mirage, and then we released it as a single because why not? It's funny. It was summer.
Yeah.
And we wanted to actually, people see us as a serious band.
Of course,
because we talk about serious stuff.
Yeah.
And surely we are a serious band, but we as the people in Our Mirage, the band members, we are just funny dudes. We have so much fun on tour, having a lot of good vibes, and just most of the stuff we say is just pure bullshit and funny,
I love
real.
that.
It's just stupid.
Yeah.
But so we were like, okay, let's show the people how we really are. You can see it in the video.
Right.
And we wanted to show everyone that it's sometimes important. I even put a comment down below the video. I was saying sometimes it's important to not take yourself too seriously because fun is so important. Even if you have a bad time, fun will bring you back a little bit more to normal.
Yeah.
Having fun is important.
It is.
So the song kind of is a little reminder on the album to enjoy the little things,
I love that, dude. I love that. That's cool. I didn't know that about the song. So again, I love it. I think it's super catchy, super fun. I think that's awesome, dude. And thank you for sharing all that, dude. And then my last question before we kind of wrap things up here. We got to talk about Alleviate, dude. So Alleviate, honestly, dude, and we'll make this part, you don't have to say much, but I love Alleviate, dude. I had a YouTube channel, but I did not react to the 2 songs that you guys have out. I really wish I would have, because those songs are fire, dude.
You can do it to the next song, man.
I was gonna ask you, are you allowed to say? Are you guys I don't know if you're allowed to say it. Don't worry if you can't. I completely understand. Is there a song coming soon, or an EP or album? Because I know, dude, a lot of people, do you know Tank the Tech?
Yes.
Dude, I watched his reactions to it, and dude, he loved it. And he left comments on your stuff. I'm like, dude, it's really cool that Tank the Tech's jumping on stuff like this. So, do we have anything?
He's amazing.
Yeah, he's such a cool dude. I've talked to him a few times. He's a really nice guy. Is there anything coming for Alleviate? Are we?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm so okay. I can't wait, dude.
I'm just gonna be completely honest here because we haven't made a statement about it. We are working on a lot of stuff. We have demos for probably 2 albums.
Oh, heck yeah, dude.
Yes.
Heck yeah.
But we are a little bit delayed because
I understand that. Yeah.
One of our band members is going through a rough time.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Truly, yeah.
And that's an important band member. I'm not going to point out who.
Of course,
it is,
yeah.
But
I totally understand.
He's struggling with panic attacks and anxiety and stuff.
Yeah.
And he wasn't able to leave the house since the beginning of the year, kind of, because he had a new job and that was triggering so much. And
I get that. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so he couldn't come to the studio and record with me. But that's an important part.
Yeah, gotta make sure you're healthy, and mental health, and that always comes first. So I'm glad that they're hopefully taking care of themselves and taking all the time they need.
Yeah,
so,
definitely.
Yeah,
we talked about this with the label as well, and they were like, "Yeah, no problem.
That's awesome.
Just do, I mean, the guys of Rising Empire, they are amazing. Like, they're really, really nice dudes, and you can talk about everything with them.
That's awesome.
So they said, take your time, because we want to put out good music instead of music that is rushed or whatever. So we have one song right now that is completely finished.
Cool.
And we are working on the release.
Okay.
But it's also a little bit of a challenge because we can't shoot a music video because that one person would be missing.
Exactly.
And so we are working on something special.
Oh, cool.
It's gonna be a video like no video before.
Oh.
We've thought about a lot of shit. We thought about some crazy stuff. It's gonna be because we thought lyric videos and visualizers are fucking boring. Everyone has seen it. It's just not what people want to see anymore.
Yeah.
So we had like a big brainstorming session. So we thought about something new, and it's gonna be creepy. It's gonna be
I'm so excited,
frightening.
Dude. Yeah.
It's gonna be fucking amazing. That's what I'm gonna tell you.
I can't wait, dude. Yeah. I cannot wait.
And the song is a banger. It is heavy. Like, it has one of the sickest breakdowns I have ever recorded here in the studio.
Dude.
The chorus is so catchy that it's going to be stuck in your head forever.
Oh. It's everything I love about music, dude. I call it Chandler core. It's everything I love about music, man. I cannot wait, dude. You're getting me stoked, dude.
And the screams are more brutal than ever before.
Dude, I gotta say, I don't know his name, but dude, if you can like legitimately tell him, I know he's in the as a Breakfast at Tiffany's. Is that the name of the band? Oh, he's
Breakdowns.
Breakdowns at Tiffany's. Dude, his screams are legitimately insane. Legitimately,
he's called Marius. So Marius.
Oh, he is so good. I'm like,
that's why I wanted him in the band.
Yeah, homeboy can get low. I was like, holy crap, dude. Anyway, I just wanted to give him a quick shout. He's fantastic. He's a great vocalist.
He is indeed the best vocalist, like screaming vocalist I know, because he is unique with his screams. He's doing the deathcore vocals, but you can tell it's him.
Yeah, it's really good. His enunciation too with his voice is like really good. Like, what he's saying, and I'm like, that's hard to do. Yeah. Like, you have that well too, but it's like, it sounds so good.
He was the only choice for me to have a screamer on the song, because originally the song was recorded with like Ramon and me, the guitarist.
Okay.
He's the guitarist with the long hair.
Yeah.
He is the best guitarist I know, just to be short here. He is amazing. You should check his Instagram out. Just, man, I think there's only a few guitarists. He's like the 1 in a million musician,
Yeah,
and he's writing a lot of that. So we wrote "Die for Me" in September 2020, I guess. We wrote that song, and I was singing over it and doing like some spare screams. And we're like, we need Marius on there. He's just amazing. We want no one else than him. I called him. He was like, yeah, let's do it. Then I asked Yunus. He's the drummer of Time the Valuator.
Okay.
And also the live sound engineer for our Mirage.
Sick.
He's such a great dude. I love this guy. And I was asking him to program drums. Like I programmed drums, yeah. But this guy, he's also like a 1 in a million musician, you know?
Yeah.
He's writing drums that are complementing the instrumental so much that it makes the music pop out more. He understands songwriting on drums, and that's an ability that most drummers don't have. They only want to do technical shit. Right. But that is not what is the best for the song. But Yunus understands drum songwriting so well that he knows exactly what has to be done and what not.
I love that,
and
dude.
That's why I wanted him. And then we needed another guitar player who could play what Ramon was playing.
Yeah, exactly.
And back then, I only knew one, and I called him. He was like, "Yeah, I'm in."
Dude, that's perfect.
And that's how the band was formed.
I love that, dude. Yeah, a lot of people, just from the 2 songs, people really like it. So I think that's really cool to have that. We cannot wait, dude. We're all excited for new Armirage and Alleviate, dude. But legitimately, dude, I want to thank you so much for coming on. I actually have to get ready for work, unfortunately, because I wish I can keep talking to you here. But dude, is there anything else that you would like to, if you want to take this time and plug anything of your stuff or anything that you like at all, to take this time to do so?
I think like a really important thing to say right now is, or maybe two important things.
Yeah, please.
If you wanna support me and our Mirage, make sure to go to our website, which is www.ourmirage.de. There's a section with the pre-order bundles for our Mirage for the new album for Eclipse. If you order or pre-order one of the bundles, especially the bundles, will bring us more, because we want to get into the charts and hit with that album into the charts. And the best way to do it is if people are buying our bundle, you know, because one of these bundles is counting for several albums instead of just one. If you buy one album, you're supporting it for sure. Yeah, you can. I mean, you can buy whatever you want. But if you really want to support us and make this release the best it could possibly be, then buy one of these bundles. It would be really nice. We would appreciate it. And there's some really cool stuff in there. Yeah. And the second thing is, and really important, and that is, if you struggle with mental health, then just search for help.
Yeah, man.
Try to find your own remedy for your disease.
Absolutely, dude. Dude, thank you so much for that. I really know this is going to help a lot of people. And Timo, from the bottom of my heart, dude, like, thank you so much for coming on. Thank you for sharing your story about music, about life, how kind of music works for you. Like, legitimately, thank you for being like so open. Like, I feel like I've seriously become like, you've become like a really good friend of mine. Like, I really, and I love that, dude. Like, you are super cool, man, and I'm grateful, like honored to be your friend. So thank you again for coming on.
Thank you. I can only give it back to you, man.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that, dude. Thank you. You have been nothing but kind and let me take some of your time, and I really appreciate you, dude. Thank you so much. And
thank you so much.
Absolutely, dude. Well, again, everybody, thank you again so much for watching or listening to the Chandler Burton podcast. Again, always remember that you are loved. And until next time, hope y'all take care. And Timo, thank you again, brother.
Thank you.
Yeah.